Michael, it's defeat in the Hillier Cup semi-final stage, and well, there's not many worse ways to lose a cup tie than on penalties, especially the amount of penalties that were taken.
Yeah, look, it's disappointing to score 2 goals at home and not get the job done. A little bit more disappointing, but look, when you get to penalties, it's the luck of the draw. And like I said, there was a lot of penalties, saved, but look, fair play to Northampton, they got the job done.
They had to dig in towards the end. They got that late equaliser, but do you feel that your side could have been out of sight earlier in the game? You had a flurry of chances in the first 15 minutes. It was almost like a Northern Premier League game at times.
Yeah, look, there was a lot of chances in our head. A lot of chances that were straight at the keeper. Just put them either side and you've got more goals. That's probably the more frustrating thing. Look, being honest, we probably just edged the game, but to win the game, probably just didn't do enough in that second half, which is disappointing because went in with a lead and then 45 seconds after kick-off, we've allowed them back into it, given them a bit of momentum. And said they're young lads. Once they got that momentum, they fully took it and they gave us a right good go.
You know, a large chunk of that Northampton squad, you see a lot of them during your day-to-day work. So with that in mind, did you expect the game to pan out the way it did?
Yeah, look, from being around it, this was a big game for them. You know, obviously, look, this would give them credit. The run they've been on, they've beaten Daventry, they've beaten Kettering, and now beaten us. Like, fair dues to us, they fully deserve where they're at. And for them, it was that never die attitude, you know, going 1-0 down, 2-1 down. They just carried on fighting. They carried on doing what they were good at, getting the balls in wide areas, putting balls in the box, winning free kicks, winning throws. And they got rewards from it. Like I said, they played the game where they can and where they get results, and that's what they did.
You were critical of your side's application on Saturday at Coleshill. Do you feel you got that response tonight during the game?
Yeah, 100%. Started really well, like you said. There was a bit of a buzz as we started. Like I said, we could have been outside. That's the disappointing thing. We didn't take them chances and we got punished for it. So for me now, it's an even tougher job because the prospect, obviously, a cup final to go into is now gone. So now we've got 8 games of the season left. It's now how we motivate this squad all the way to the end.
You effectively had 2 goals in the 47th minute because you opened the scoring on 45+2, but then Northampton have come straight out after the break. They've equalised on 47. It must have been, perfect as a manager scoring right on half time, but equally as disappointing to concede straight after the break.
Yeah, it was a difficult one because it's that old chestnut, isn't it? They come in, they've done a really good job first half. You give them a lot of praise, a lot of positivity. Just go and do it again, and then maybe look, we've just started a bit complacent. But for us, like I said, it's a poor goal to concede. Like I said, it's a carbon copy of Coleshill at the weekend. It's bouncing around. We don't put our foot through and clear the ball. These are the mistakes we need to start learning from and need to start learning from quickly because at the moment we're being punished for them. So, yeah, look, it's disappointing. It definitely swung the game back in their favour, but we had to dig in. We got another goal, which just couldn't see it out.
You showed a good reaction going 2-1 up almost instantly after conceding that equaliser, and you looked as though you were comfortable at stages of that second half. They had their chances, but it's just a lapse in concentration, and it's a shame for David because he's been such a positive performer, and it's not his fault by any means that this game's been lost tonight, but it's just one moment of perhaps a lapse in concentration, and that's what's cost the win in normal time.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's been fantastic, and this result won't define him. That penalty won't define him. He's been absolutely superb since he's come in the door, and I think it's just a bit, isn't it? At your last minute, you're desperate to keep on to that lead, and it's a bit of tiredness. Maybe it just comes in, but look, we've done enough to score more goals than that. That shouldn't have been as close as what it should have been, and that's the disappointing thing for us. But these boys have to take this disappointment that they're feeling, the down. How down they are, they now need to take that and move forward. We've got 8 games, and like I said, it changes the dynamics now, doesn't it? We're not just playing for our shirts, we're now playing for our futures at this football club. It gives myself, Ports, Ryan that opportunity now to see what players here and what players we'll want to keep next year.
Some people believe that penalties are about mindset, about skill. Others believe it's just a lottery. Where do you stand on that?
Look, it's a bit of both. Unfortunately, someone has to miss for someone to win, and look, you could see the confidence kind of went as the penalties went down the line, and for us, look, it's disappointing, but we go again. Like I said, it won't define us. It's been a fantastic season before this, so we've got to remember that. We've got to pick ourselves up and go again.
You alluded to it a moment ago, but how do you approach these final 7 games in the Northern Premier League? You've not got anything tangible to strive for, but I suppose a top half finish isn't out of the question just yet.
Yeah, of course. Look, this is the thing now. It's about their mindset on how well they want to do as a group. Said for us as coaching staff, it changes the mindset now because we now have one eye even more on the future, and we get a bit of a feel for our players now that who's got the right mentality, who wants to be here, who wants to stake a claim for next season. So look, 7 games, we might even bed in some young guns, some 18s that are on the fringes, and have a look at them. Look, it's the beauty of it now. We've got, like I said, a top half finishes in sight, but we can also have a look at others and just, like I said, give everyone an opportunity to show why they want to be here next year.
And on to Saturday, Racing Club Warwick here at Hayden Road on non-league day as well. So I'm sure you want to see plenty of fans getting down here and getting behind the team for that one. But also from your side, I'm sure you want to see a reaction, not only after tonight, but also after the defeat that you had in the reverse fixture to Warwick. And I guess you'll be looking for people to stake a claim for that massive game just down the A45 the week after.
Yeah, look, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Like I said, the games come thick and fast, and we now need to wipe today. It's gone. It's over. Now we look forward again to Saturday, and it's a fresh game. Like I said, both teams 90 minutes 0-0 at start. Let's see what happens. Like I said, we're looking at mentality now of players who wants to stake a claim, who wants to be that one that wears that shirt and goes forward with it. So yeah, look, it is what it is. It's a difficult evening, but we'll move again.
Calvin, it must be such a gut-wrenching feeling in that dressing room because that's some of the best football you've played this season, but you've come out on the losing side. Just give us your thoughts after that.
Gutted. I'm gutted personally. The lads are all gutted. I think it was there for the taking for us to win the game in normal time, but we're gutted. But what can you do? That's football.
We were just speaking about some of the chances off camera. You had a flurry of opportunities in that opening 15 minutes. If any of them go in, it could have been a different game, but that is football, as you say, and goals at crucial times can change moments.
Yeah, it was obviously before we scored. Callum scored right on half time. We could have been 3 up in the first half early on. I think we really surprised them with our physicality from the throw-ins and being only 1 up. Maybe that's cost us in the end. Maybe we would have took a couple more chances in the first half.
Michael Harriman's obviously seen a lot of these players. He works a lot with them every day. Were you aware of the threats that they would carry, particularly the long throw that they've got themselves?
Yeah, we knew about the throw-in. We knew it was a game of the throw-ins, really, wasn't it? Most of the goals were from the throws, but we were aware of it. But then obviously we didn't deal with it a couple of times, and it's cost us. Just
as captain, I'm sure you would have been keen to see a reaction after the defeat on Saturday. Do you feel that you got that?
Definitely. You could sense it was different in the dressing room before the game. Even in the warm-up, it was different. And then the start we had, obviously, it proved that we turned it around from Saturday.
And did you feel confident going into those penalty kicks because this club's had such a good record in spot kicks? You obviously won in the FA Cup earlier in the season, so you must have felt confident going into them.
Yeah, we were confident. We back Adam all the way as well to save a couple. There was lads, as soon as Michael said, who wants to take one, there were 6 lads straight away. So lads were confident, and obviously it just hasn't gone our way after a long shootout. And
it was very different to the Corby one. I think that finished 2-1. This one's finished 9-8. The standards and qualities were top.
Yeah, they were top. Just hasn't gone our way. Just a shame we couldn't. Adam either couldn't save a couple more. They could have put a couple more wide. It would have been handy, but that's penalties.
And just on to the final 7 games, you look at the teams that you've got to play. You've got non-league day against Racing Club Warwick. You've then got a big game just down the road at Wellingborough. Corby still to play, all the teams in the playoffs. So even though there's nothing tangible to fight for, still some really exciting matches to look forward to.
Yeah, obviously we've got Racing Club Warwick on Saturday. Can't really look past that because if we didn't perform there in the start and they blew us away, so we don't want that on our home patch. So we've got to be up for that. And then obviously we've got Wellingborough to look forward to after. And then, like you say, got some big sides to play, so we've got to bring it. Otherwise, it won't be good for us.
And just on Racing Club Warwick, we speak a lot about keeping yourselves motivated when you're in the middle of the table with not a lot to play for. When you have a reverse fixture like you did over there, does that just light the fire even more to go and show a reaction?
Yeah, it does, because they blew us away with a start, really, and then they were on top for the rest of the game. They were pretty comfortable, and like a lot of people come to watch us here, so we don't want this to happen on our own patch.
And just in the dressing room, just tell us about the feeling at the moment. I'm sure you're all gutted after losing the penalty kicks, but have they taken heart from the performance?
Yeah, of course. We're all gutted in there, but we're a good group. Everyone's good mates, so we'll just move on for it and try and bring that to Saturday.